Welcome everyone to Discover Your Best Colors in 30 minutes. Thank you for your patience as I worked a few things out. So we're starting just a tiny bit over the hour, but we are going to move very quickly. The whole point of this webinar is I'm going to be hitting a bunch of key points, tips, and tricks that are all addressing questions that have been asked to me over the years, and especially in the survey that you received during registration. So most of this presentation will address most of those questions. And then after we are done with the presentation, I will stay on to answer any additional questions that may go beyond the 30 minutes, and that's okay. So let's go ahead and just dive right in. For anybody who's new to Your Color Style, my name is Jen Vax. I am the founder of Your Color Style and obviously your presenter for this evening. Your Color Style has been around for about 6 to 7 years, and I've been doing color analysis for about 8 to 9 years. And Your Color Style is different. It was created to branch away from seasonal color analysis to address all kinds of unique coloring, from brown skin, gray hair, the combination of the two, and all the kind of places where people just didn't fit when it came to the seasons. So if you are new, I'm going to give you a very quick rundown of the steps, and then we're going to dive right in and help you find your best color palette. If you have questions during this presentation, there is a Q&A next to the chat. Please put your questions that you want me to answer in that area so that I can go through them at the end of the presentation. Otherwise, I have to scroll through a bunch of chat. That won't be very efficient for us. If you want to chat, by all means, introduce yourself, say hello from around the world, and enter into the chat. That would be wonderful. Okay. And I want to give you the presentation that I will be sharing with you. That way you have it in case you need to leave the call early. You will have it right away, and you can refer back to it at any time. It has color palettes in there, photos. All the tips I'll be reviewing tonight are in that PDF, so you can go ahead and download that now. I encourage you to do so. All right, let's go ahead and start. Okay, 30 minutes. Here we go. Challenge accepted. We already know the agenda. I already introduced myself. Let's move on. All right, within Your Color Style, there are typically 3 steps. We try to figure out our chroma, whether we wear bright colors best or soft colors best. Then we try to understand our undertones. Are we warm or are we cool? And then our depth. Are we light, medium, or deep? And we come up with 12 color types. And so you start out with narrowing down to 6 types, and then 6 types, and then down to 3 types. And it can be a bit overwhelming. That's the reason why I'm doing this webinar, because we're going to do things a little differently, because the struggle is real. A lot of people get stuck right at step 1. Am I bright or soft? And if you can't figure it out, well, it's really hard to go on to the next steps, right? It can be very, very confusing. And sometimes you feel like you're in between, and then what do you do? So I'm suggesting that we change things up. We are going to start with the last step first, the depth. And if we can figure out your depth, whether you're light, medium, or deep first, we very quickly narrow you down to just 4 choices after that. And then I have some quick tips and kind of rules of thumb that I go by that will hopefully get most of you right to where you might have just been kind of waffling in between color types. And if you're new, this is going to get you there really, really fast, faster than I think that I've ever been able to help someone before. So we're doing things a little bit differently. So we're going to start with the depth, and then the chroma and the temperature, that's going to be kind of mixed in there, and you'll see what I mean. So are you light, medium, or deep? Light means that you have light eyes, skin, and hair. Okay? Notice these individuals on the screen, they all have light hair, eyes, and skin. These are all individuals that are considered light. Now, if you don't see yourself in these photos, that's okay. It's very difficult to find photos of all the unique qualities of all the individuals. So just take it as a general rule that if you are light overall, you are light, and it matters. So I have interwoven really throughout all these slides, questions that I have gotten over the years, and especially for this particular presentation. So if I was blonde as a child, but now I was brown, I have like brown hair in my teens and I have darker brown hair now, am I light? First, please disregard any coloring that you've had before the age of 8. A lot of people want to tell me that when they were 2 or when they were 4, they were X and now they're not. I want you to pay attention to, if you want to refer to your coloring when you were a bit younger, start at about age 16 and up. Our pigment changes dramatically from infancy up through 8 years old and then again through puberty. So before 16 is really not worth worrying about. And in this case, because of that, we're going to disregard the blonde as a child and focus on brown hair as a teen and darker brown. And so therefore, no, you would not be light. You would be medium or deep, depending on how dark your hair is now.